Luigi will apparently show up when he's good and damn ready. In the meantime, welcome back to Super Mario Bros. X. We're going back to Super RMN World. My allergy season has started, but let's just get into this thing before it gets any worse. And I'm not using wheel roulette this time, because that stupid thing, it kept picking Link. So I'm going to make my own decision regarding who I play as this time around. Alright, so last I checked, we had completely finished off everything up until the end of Gallery 4. I just want to verify that I... No, I remember. Oh, come on. Give myself a little bit more credit. I remember finishing that. You need star keys from the gallery to open these locks, but you need all the stars to get the best stuff. Well, let's see. What did I unlock from Gating Gallery 4? Oh, yeah, the leaves. I don't have access to... Yoshi's are gated behind World 6 for some reason. Yeah, I know I keep alternating between World and Gallery. They're the same thing. It doesn't matter. Now it happens. I will never give up the fight! Anyway, so we're going to start with Gallery 5 today, which I want to say is my favorite gallery. Neoclassical. And not favorite because Neoclassical is like the art that I like the most. It's more of just... It has my favorite levels. It has the most of my favorite levels. I have favorite levels in pretty much every gallery, but this one contains the most, I think. Pith. Seeing how wary the Red Spirit had become, Eli offered to lift his burden. He set about making his own world. With the aid of the gods, he forged RMN's Pit of Challenges. It was aptly named, to say the least. Eli's inexperience and naivete cost him dearly. I don't remember if I was reading the lore. I was editing the other thing, but I just don't remember. Starry Night Over the Rhone by Ninate Hollows. I'm pretty sure Karibo's shoe can't swim in SMBX, so I'm going to just abandon it in front of the gallery painting. And I just overwrote my leaf, which would actually be kind of helpful in this stage. So yeah, this is a fairly straightforward level with a nice color palette that you don't see very often, with a lot of dark blues and lighter blues and slate blues and more blue. Every blue but big blue, if you catch my drift. Also, I'm at 54 lives. I really don't need to concern myself with collecting every coin in the world, but I want to. As a freaking perfectionist, it drives me nuts when I just leave one coin behind. Might as well have been a founder of the No Coin Left Behind Club. Or Alliance, or whatever it was. Foundation. I think it was a foundation. This is a very serene level, I have to say, with the Mario World swimming track and stuff getting caught in the back of my throat because, again, it's allergy season, so I apologize for that. At least I'm not sneezing out the wazoo. That would not be fun. And I wanted to finish this game, damn it. It's not like it's a particularly short game, but I can complete it in a few hours. Just due to the nature of it. And also the fact that I don't die terribly often because I am experienced with this game. It's my favorite SMBX episode, so clearly I put the most time into this one. Over pretty much any other. And thus I know the levels pretty dang well. Like, it's to the point where I know which levels are in which gallery for most cases, but I wouldn't say like I'm an expert. Like, I clearly don't remember where all the RMN coins are, otherwise I'd be going after them. Ow. So I wasn't high enough to avoid getting hit by it, but I was high enough to stomp it. What gives? Where's my freaking co-commentators? I know, I keep saying on it, but I am kind of reliant on them in order to keep the conversations going. Aquatic Ascent by Jackalatron. Yay, climbing level with patches of water floating in the air, because I think this is supposed to be a galaxy themed stage. Can't fault the music choice. The purple coin theme. Regardless of what you think of the purple coin missions themselves, the theme is amazing. Hands down one of my favorite pieces from Galaxy. And I have to say, I don't find much of Galaxy's soundtrack to be memorable. It's good, but only a few tracks stick out in my head. Oh, hello. How long have you been there? Oh. I'm glad that didn't crush me. Okay. Take a drink of water. That level's not what I'm referring to when I say among my favorite levels in the game. I'm not a terribly big fan of stages where you have to climb. It's just I don't think it's something the Mario Brothers are usually very fit to do. Especially when it's combined with swimming, which, you know... I mean, I don't have the biggest problem with swimming in Mario games, it's just... It is slow, and the very floaty physics of it do make it so that it's hard to be as precise as you want to be at times. Thankfully, the run button actually does work underwater. I don't know why it took Nintendo until 3D World of all games for the run button to get me to damn underwater, but... Look at this, be careful. Ow! Oh! Oh, come on! I friggin' hate that part. It's the worst. Also, I think that's where the P-switch is supposed to be used, but... Okay, I don't trust the movement of that cheap. Okay, up! Up! No, down! Jeez. Listen to me, it sounds like I'm trying to land the plane in Top Gun. I'm gonna take a spring with me because I can. Not a wise decision there. Probably the worst thing about Cheeps is just their AI when it comes to jumping out of the water. It seems really unpredictable. Oh, and I'm gonna be forced to abandon this spring! Ugh. Even when they're just swimming up and down, they're really hard to avoid in this stage. Okay, well, let's just get into that little wooden box thing. It's not nice enough to give me a mushroom, tackle this elevator challenge. Which, to be fair, I think is probably the easiest part of the whole damn stage. Okay, calm down. Oh, would you look at that? Luigi's innate ability to knock coins out of blocks actually revealed a hidden one. There's plenty of cases where that's happened, I've noticed. It doesn't happen all the time because, you know, or random number physics, but... Huh. It is a nice little perk to playing as the Ouija. Okay. Ah! Damn it! There's a lot of places to be crushed in this stage. This is one of the tensest stages in the game. I cannot say that I am a fan. What I can say is that there's better stages up ahead. Okay, well, if that's gonna happen, I'm just gonna do this. Not bother waiting for the spring to respawn, because it's not gonna matter. Just keep that run button held. Nothing else matters. Keep it held. Move through this as quickly as possible to get back to the part where you got frickin' smashed between wooden blocks. Deploy mushroom for insurance. I have to say, the music is not very appropriate for trying to keep me calm in this stage. Because anyone who's gone for a 120-star run in Galaxy knows just how tense these Purple Comet missions can get. The answer is very. Although I would have to say I don't think I had that much trouble with Dreadnought's purple coins. I think purple coins in general, aside from the Boneyard one, didn't give me that much shit compared to some of the other prankster comments, like especially Daredevil and in the lava level. I want to say it was Multi-Molten. It was Multi-Molten. Multi-Monster was the Galaxy 2 equivalent. Yeah! Okay, I think it's at the top of this fish tank. Yes! Oh, goodness. Ah. That's pretty akin to making it top towards the sinking lava spire when you only have 1 HP to take a hit with. Mr. Freeze by Halle Babica, counterpart to Mr. Burns. For 2 reasons. The first is dead obvious, but also you got a fire flower in Mr. Burns, but you get an ice flower in Mr. Freeze. Which, I think that's what the name is actually referring to, not the theme of the level, but the theme of the power-up you get. There's a really cheap jump in the end of this stage, and yeah, we'll see it when we get to it. Okay. But like we learned from the Purple Comet stage, let's not tense up over silly little things like this. We've accomplished these challenges many times before. If you didn't see the 100% save file I have for Super RMN World, well, I have a 100% save file for Super RMN World where I got all 90 stars. Which mainly just means all the bonus levels, because apart from the bonus levels, there's not really anything else. Aside from, like, the final gallery, but... yeah, the level's pretty straightforward with... or the game's... episode is pretty straightforward with what levels exist and where. Oh. Well, this will actually make things easier. There's some really bad jumps coming up that'll be easier to make when you're small. Is that Koopa coming back? I'm guessing that Koopa ain't coming back. Yeah, these jumps are a little bit tougher when you're big, because then you'll hit your head on them, so you'll hit your head on that low ceiling, so do be careful about that. I'd probably say duck jumping. Oh no, this is the bad jump. Well, it got hit, so it doesn't matter. I got hit, so it doesn't matter. It's also one of the longer stages in the game, I feel like. Like, it feels like a longer stage. I'm not sure if it actually is. With regards to, like however you would map out the length of a stage. Like, algorithmically, I guess. Like, the shortest possible path you could take. Because this is one of those levels where you don't have to go everywhere. There are a couple of alternate branches that just lead to dead ends. However, since I played this game before, I definitely know where I'm going 90% of the time. I have to put that disclaimer in for the 10% of the time when I don't. Okay, so you can either spin jump or freeze it. I think spin jumping is probably the generally safer option. But yes, harmless. This is that cheap jump I mentioned, because you gotta make a pretty large leap and then make sure you don't overshoot it. And then this is just silly. Just jump over that nonsense. Grab the star. We're done! We're done with Mr. Freeze. Alright, now we're on to the mini-boss stage. The Sinister Side by Appa649. I think this is his only stage. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is his only stage. And also, if you don't know, the SMB2 mushrooms actually duplicate the item you have if you're playing as Mario or Luigi, so I just duped my hammer suit for no cost at all. I wonder if I could transfer that to a character if I drop it, then hit a character block. I'll need to test that once I'm done with this level. This wants me to play as Link. Okay, fine, I'll play as Link, I guess. Because I did say that when the level recommends a character, I'll play as it. It does help for the bone guys, because those are, like, I don't know quite what I'm saying. I'm not sure if it's safe to jump on them straight away, which means that characters like the brothers wouldn't be able to attack it. Also, I'm still curious about the multi-coin blocks with Link. Like, does he actually knock out the same total number of rupees that the Mario Brothers would knock out in coins? Because I feel like it's often more, because it's random what rupee it spawns. And I know I just said ruby. It's hard to say rupee. It sounds like I'm intentionally mispronouncing ruby. Oh! Castlevania knockback didn't get me that time. Because I already froze that enemy, and it stopped me from falling into a bottomless pit. I would have done the Knuckles theme for a split second there if I knew how to do it. I don't know if that's a trap or not. I know this part is. Although I wonder, if you actually manage to grab that star... What the... It's in the fairy form a lot longer than I should have been there. Oh. Yeah, but I like the theming of the second half of the stage where you're in that black area where the star usually is. But then you fall down and you're still in the black area for a little while, so it's like you gotta escape from a limbo. This level definitely could have used a better color scheme. Like, I get that color scheme was, you know, more likely than not intentional. It's supposed to look like a really creepy and corrupted environment, but... it just... it really just looks kind of weird. In a not terribly good way. Oh, hello. Hidden prize. That I wasn't even wanting. I'm at 60 lives at this point. I think I can afford to skip a few coins or rupees or whatever they happen to be in the given stage. Let's be careful. Oh. Nope. Wasn't hiding anything. Huh. Oh, I really didn't need to be playing as Link for this part. But there we go, star acquired. But now to test out my theory. If I am able to transfer power-ups held in the reserve box to different characters by dropping it and then switching out. Yep. That was an exploit I just did. Because normally the character power-ups were supposed to be completely separate. So now I could theoretically infinitely dupe the hammer suit. If I do it right. Because like I can drop it as Luigi, give it on Mario, who I never play as. Dupe it for Mario. And then, again... drop it before you hit the block, and now Toad has it. And for some reason, Toad gets a really wildly uncontrollable boomerang. Almost like it should have just been its own separate power-up entirely. Alright, well I'm going to play as Peach for the next upcoming section, but before that... I do want to alt-tab to Discord to see if anybody is saying anything. No, they are not. Alright, so let's see. Our next level is one of my favorites. Sunny Summertime Swim by Ratty524. Back at it again with the amazing alliterations. I should have had another adjective to throw in there. This area has the rainbow shell, though. I want to show off the writing on that, because it's pretty cool. And I don't know if the princess can do that. I guess it wouldn't hurt to try. Ah! Come on, princess. You can make it up there. I believe in you, princess! Yeah, but I just love the theming of this level. It's... you know, it's a typical beach theme. But it's just... I don't know. I just like it, okay? I think it may just be the color scheme. It's really bright, and it's got, like, oceanic hues, and... the music, I mean, the music is door into summer. You can't really get much better than that. At least as far as chiptune goes, in my honest opinion. Also, Kelly has something funny to say in this level if I'm able to find where she is. Okay, so I actually do need the leaf. But thankfully, with my item carryover trick, I am able to infinitely dupe the hammer suit. So, I'm sure at least somebody on the RMN community forums was just like, hey, you realize that providing the ability to switch in-game leads to this exploit, right? And they were just like, oh. Well, if they do it, they do it, because how much are we going to care? We want to provide the convenience of switching in the hub world, so oh well. And there's always the off chance that you never actually find a hammer suit, I guess, but... Alright. We got a leaf. We got our checkpoint. Let's see about this, because if you hit that with the leaf, it flips upside down. And if you run and release it while shifting, yes!
Alright, everybody, the comic relief is here! Because Gameactive's not funny.
You ass!
Is it just me and you?
Apparently. I thought Dollar was coming back, but he's nowhere to be seen.
No, you're not recording right now, are you?
I'm streaming.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say then.
Also, you are... I'm gonna take the opportunity to turn you down a wee little bit. Because you're a bit louder than you used to be for some reason.
It's because I'm on my phone.
Oh. Well, that makes sense.
I was enjoying the fire pit outside. And I was also using the restroom behind a tree. So.
Good to know.
You know, just the things that you do and you basically live in the middle of the woods. That's not an exaggeration. There's a nature reserve 2 blocks away.
Sounds nice.
It's not. Deer crap a lot more than you think they do.
Okay, can you... I guess you're apt calling yourself the comic relief if all you do is talk about crap.
I mean, yeah. That's true. Deer are also kind of assholes. Like, they do not care. Oh, okay, so I have this bush outside my house. And it's got these really long thorns on it. I'm not quite sure what kind of bush it is. It's not roses or anything. It doesn't bloom. But deer still eat it. They don't care. I have found bits of deer fur, like, you know, little wisps, stuck to the thorns of this bush. They don't care. That's like our one plant, and they still eat it. They don't care.
Well,
the only reason they haven't eaten our pine trees is because all of the branches are higher up than they can reach.
Moving on to Fire Temple by Deckler.
So you're playing,
Super RMN World.
Ah.
Also, how loud do you have me? Because I'm hearing myself.
Oh. Let me just turn my phone down. There we go. Right about now. That good?
Yeah. Help! 2 members of Mushroom Squad have gone missing. They probably fell into booby traps or something. If you find them, you should be able to help. They should be able to help you to progress through the area.
Never played it. Explain the game a little bit.
It's a Mario game. And
Oh.
a pretty good one.
Wow.
It's... Have you heard of Super Mario Bros. X?
Yes?
Well, it's a Super Mario Bros. X title. If that
Oh, okay.
is enough clarification.
Yeah. So, yeah. Fair enough. I've never played it, but having the Mario title kind of helps. I'll be able to get on Discord on my PC shortly, so that I can not sound like crap.
Alright.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, the comic relief is here.
Back again.
Oh no. There we go. Hello?
So now he is able to also watch what I am playing while I play it, with probably a 20 to 30 second delay, because that's how the internet works.
Isn't the internet just a lovely place? Full of amazing people who do very nice things for each other?
When I
Everyone
post
knows
edit this, I'm just gonna have to
big
show a
lie.
few Twitter screenshots, just to be ironic. Or maybe I could just spontaneously cut away over the part I said that. I don't know.
Mute. I don't need to hear two of you. So you're playing as Princess Peach is what it looks like.
Yep. Because the plot of RMN World does not involve her getting kidnapped. It doesn't involve any kidnapping, except for... Well, actually, I guess technically, it does involve the kidnapping of Princess Peach, because we're trapped in the World Gallery until Eli decides we can leave. And he ain't about to do that, so...
Well, that's rude. That's a little bit more than rude. That's just, you know, stalker creepy level.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Oh, come
So this looks like a direct riff from Super Mario Bros. 3 or 2?
3. I mean, Princess is obviously from 2. Grim Grotto by Dark Lord Kynor. A bit of a depressing stage, if I have to say. I mean,
Fair
I guess
enough.
that
It
was the
looks
point.
like,
I guess that was the point.
Dark, depressing, terrible world. Oh wow, we have 3 watching! Yay, that means there's 2 other people other than me.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if YouTube counts myself when I have the page open.
I mean, that still means there's one other person.
At least. I'd like to think YouTube is smart enough to not count my live page
Dude,
as a watch, but it's
YouTube-
stupid, so...
I can't say that YouTube is very smart. Like, so...
Mm-hmm.
I was doing this video thing with my friend. We were playing this game called White Noise. It's a horror game. And for whatever reason, we got like an inordinate amount of views, like almost 200-300. And like usually his channel gets like 5.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were just like, what the heck? And then YouTube up in like the next day just deletes like half of them. It's like at like 150. And then like the next day it's down to like 100. And the next day it's down to like 50. I'm just like, what the...
I guess you might have caught a bot.
Possibly. I just was absolutely surprised that YouTube was just like, oh yes. And the weird thing was, it got all the way down to like 50 and then it just stopped. So I'm wondering...
That's probably the amount of real people viewed it if it is a bot.
I mean, maybe. I have no clue. It was definitely one of those trippy things I've never seen on YouTube.
Ah! I jumped right into a spike ball.
And incident, no.
You want to know what I find weird? Is that some of my most popular videos have like upwards of 100,000 views, but I guess people just don't pay attention to the fact that I occasionally do still upload content, because that's a crazy amount of views considering my subscriber count.
Yeah, like that's pretty freaking insane. I'm not gonna lie.
I guess people just don't pay attention. Like they think there was just some random one-off video that I'm not ever going to make anything like again, even though here I am playing
What was the one that
another
got so many
SMBX.
views?
I think one of the most popular ones was just when I spammed a bunch of bosses with Lakitus. It was like a minute long, and just featured both player characters getting absolutely massacred by every boss in SMBX, like tenfold, and somehow that's one of my most popular videos.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, and the weird thing was about my friend's video, it wasn't, we didn't change anything, we didn't do anything special. I mean, I said boogity boogity boo at one point.
I guess that's the
which
magic
was
word.
Apparently, because like, yeah,
Get up there.
I don't know if that's the bot summoning word or.
Am
Uh-oh.
I I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to get up there. I could get up there if I was Luigi, but I'm not. I guess I have to go right. Oh, I thought that pipe spawned pike
You could use
balls,
the
but
Koopa to damage you and possibly get up higher.
well, I don't think Princess incorporates the knockback from Super Mario Bros. 2.
Oh, alright.
And I keep
I don't
calling
know
her
how many
Princess
times-
instead of Peach because I don't know.
I don't know how many times I've seen that in Minecraft maps. Oh, congratulations! You just created a death trap for yourself. Oh.
I mean, at least I had another shell with which to cancel the first, but ah, there's the end.
Which, you know, it's kind of funny because some of the funniest videos that same guy has ever made got like 0 views. They were like not viewed by anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Or like it had 1 view and it was like me, you know.
What the
Or
hell
like
is
1
with
view and it's
Kirby?
him showing it to me.
This is something I still don't understand to this day. Why are Kirby's eyes like that?
Oh God. Oh God. What the fuck?
Either he's seen some shit, or he really, really, really wants some Call Me Johnny to do that Kirby marathon.
Dude, what the heck?
I don't know.
His
I really
eyes
don't
need to be
know.
little black dots, not little freaking open holes into the
Into
bottom
the
of the
abyss.
of the void of his soul.
Anyway, this is another world with 2 bonus stages. Cursed Funky Len. By
Sounds fun.
I didn't catch the name because I'm a bad person when it comes to reading off
Mario by
names.
Seroman.
Cerumen? Okay, Cerumen.
Seroman. Seiromon. Seroman.
Cerumen. He made several levels for this, so it's not like he goes completely uncredited.
Which character are you playing as?
Luigi? He's in a Hammer Brothers suit.
Oh, fair enough.
Like, do you not see me tossing hammers?
I mean, I hadn't seen the Hammer Brothers suit from the older gen stuff. I'm like, I know Mario and I've played a couple of the games, but I haven't played all of them. I played Super Mario Bros. 3, and I also played part of the Galaxy one. God, I can't remember. See, now he's
It was
recognizable
actually
because
named
he's in a
Galaxy.
tuning suit.
But yeah, if you only played 3, I assume it wasn't the All-Stars version.
No, I played it on a friend's DS. And
Oh,
I
so
ended
it was Super Mario Advance, technically.
Yes, technically. It was because I was going on a field trip to Yellowstone, and the bus ride would be like 50 plus hours.
50
Whatever. Yeah. Well, I want you to
How
think about
far
it
is that of a distance?
It
Like, just give me a rounded to 50 miles.
almost 1,000.
My good
Yeah.
lord.
Yeah, so it wasn't short by any means.
You could have finished an RPG in that amount of time.
Well, I should say the 50 plus hours was also spread out by quite a bit of other stuff.
RPGs can save. It
Well,
would
no, I mean,
literally
it
be
was spread
insane
out
if... I thought you meant like 50
in
hours on the road.
Well, kind of. It was like a week long trip. So it was like 50 hours on the road, but it was like interspersed between like a day staying here and a day staying there and a day staying here and a day staying there.
Okay,
So
so
it
it's
wasn't
kind of
all-
like it's kind of like an exaggerated version of a walking tour where you have occasional rest stops with points of interest.
Yeah, kind of. We were going from basically side of the United States to middle of the United States.
Hmm.
About halfway point. And,
Yeah.
And it was, yeah, I played all the way through that, and I also played a crap ton of random racing games, and I also played with the me thing, where you can, the scribble thing. God, I can't remember what it was
Scribble
called.
knots?
No. It's like you can
Picto
chat
chat?
with people.
Picto
Yeah,
chat.
Picto chat. Yeah, you can chat with people on the bus, and like some other kid had a DS, and I don't even know what kid, but we used to like draw pictures of like the people sitting next to us, and then like add little horns and shit.
Discord needs to add a little drawing thing, like nothing spectacular, but like just a pen tool so you could draw like Miiverse style posts. Cowabunga by Kentona.
So
Cow
it
a
was,
fucking piece of dog shit. Because this level is actually a homage to the Ninja Turtles game on NES.
Interesting. At one point, I remember we went to go stay in like these multi-roomed, they were like cabins that you see in the middle of the woods, except for they were in the middle of like a giant like facility, I guess you could call it, where it just like had like a track and like the main office, and it had like a statue in the middle. It was basically like a glorified like YMCA camp. Without all the cool stuff. And I remember the worst thing that could possibly happen to a group of kids who had been sitting on a bus for many hours and then immediately like stopping, which was none of the water was running in the place. No drinking,
no
using the restrooms, no showering, nothing. So you have a group of 50 kids or some crazy high number, and 10 or so adults plus a bus driver plus a poor tired guide, they can't use any of the water in any of the camp. And
So were
it
they
got
actually not
on-
allowed to use the bathroom because there was no running water?
Yep.
Wow.
So they ended up, we ended up going to like a fast food joint that was like kind of a ways away, and it was our, what do you call them? They're not guides. They're or counselors. It was the adult supervisor, I guess. Was just like, all right, well this place is pretty clean. You guys can use the bathroom here. I was just like, okay. I guess if you say so, Mr. Person that I totally trust.
Mm-hmm.
Looking back on it, he was probably just like, this truck stop's alright, I guess. There's no condoms all over the bathroom.
Yeah, there were some pretty sketchy gas stations that my family stopped by on our numerous drives up to
Oh
Washington.
man.
We've driven the length of it like 4 times. And every
Yeah.
time we had to stop for gas numerous times along the way because there's no way we were taking a plane just to go up the coast.
This was actually right before I moved to where I'm at now, but yeah.
Oh! Ah, fire bar robbed me of my freaking thing. Hammer suit.
So yeah, it was definitely an interesting experience I'll never forget. It's also probably what made me afraid of cliffs.
I'll tell you what
So-
made me afraid of cliffs. Ice House Road.
Uh,
The sketchy frickin' 2-lane road that goes up to Union Valley Reservoir, where it's on a cliffside, And there's no hints of any railing anywhere, because there isn't any railing.
Okay, so no, I take it back. There's might be a second thing that that may have made me afraid of cliffs. First off, there was this like Yellowstone Gorge, and it was like touted as the Yellowstone's Grand Canyon, and it was just a big gash basically in the middle of the flat plains. It just goes really far down. I mean, it's like 80 or 90 feet, just straight down. And there is a like thigh-high barrier stopping you from falling over this thing. And you can look down, 20, 30 stories, and then it kind of gets the low-hanging fog down there, so you can't really hardly see. But this kid, and I remember, oh my god, he got in so much trouble. But I remember looking over the edge, and then I remember this kid coming up and grabbing my backpack, and then pushing me forward and grabbing me back. And then he goes, "Saved your life." Oh my god, I damn near wet myself, man.
What a fucking dickhead.
Yeah.
Like, I can't think of people who get much worse than that.
It was one of those change your life moments. The second time, it was actually in Yellowstone again, but it wasn't with this. This was like a family thing. I don't really remember, but they were doing construction on the road, and they had like the lane almost totally closed off, and there was just this little pull around that was made of dirt, and literally your tire came inches from the edge of a cliff when you were doing that. I mean, 3 inches, and your tire was off the edge of the cliff, and there was no bank, no girders,
Shoulders.
nothing. That, and it's like a slow crawl, so you're constantly next to that cliff. Ugh, ugh.
Well, I'd rather not go fast on a road like that.
Yeah, but you're like looking over it for a good hour.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. It's not fun. Freaking Kirby, man. Looks like a weirdo. Yeah, man. That was one of the few things I remember about that trip was that kid doing that, the Picto Chat. Something else I remember was some kid got a freaking like automatic Rubberband gun. It was like had a little battery. Like their parent was one of the adult supervisors, and of course they begged their parent, and it was like $20 or whatever, so it wasn't super expensive. But it was like a battery operated little like rubber band gun that looked like an M16. Everybody was so jealous. Like the mom made them put it in the bag, but everybody wanted to play with that thing. And of course the kid begged the mom, and the mom wouldn't allow him because it was a school trip. But I remember the kid later. Why'd you press? Oh.
Because I had to scratch my head. My hair itched.
I remember later, that kid, I think I was either friends with him or I was friends with a friend or something like that, but I remember that was the raddest little thing I've ever seen. Man, that little, and it wasn't super complex. Basically, you would load up a wheel of about 30 rubber bands.
So it was like a Gatling gun.
Yeah, basically, and you could put multiple rubber bands on each thing, but like the Gatling gun part was also like the handle or like the barrel, so it looked like an M16 or like AR-15 or whatever, that kind of general assault rifle looking style. I'm sure there's a certain contingent of people out there that'll be like, no, it's supposed to be an AR-12 with a fuller, and a with fuller grip, and I have no freaking clue, man.
Okay, so that last part of the level I just went through, I don't remember that at all. I think I found a new path that I didn't know about.
Huh.
It's cool when games you thought you knew like the back of your hand contain secrets you didn't even find.
You're telling the guy who really likes Skyrim.
But isn't that like half the point of Skyrim? Is that it's jam-packed with a ton of details and stuff?
Dude, like, my first playthrough, I did not know anything about the Ethereum Wars, items and stuff. Dude, that was so cool when I finally figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
And then, when I finally went and explored the Midden underneath the College of Winterhold, which was supposed to be like a major area that a lot of players explored, I was just like, I don't want to be a mage, I want to be a hammer-wielding barbarian that's gonna freaking hit dragons in the head so hard with a hammer that they have an aneurysm and die. So, my barbarian had no clue about the College of Winterhold, other than doing it for one main quest. And even then, you go talk to somebody else, and you're like in the college for like 5 minutes. You're just like, hey guys, there's this secret magical thing that helps me kill dragons better. I need it. And they're just like, we don't have it. This guy has it, supposedly. And then they kind of just F off for the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Septimus. What's his name? And he said his name weird like that.
Hmm.
Septimus knows.
Like, I thought you were referring to the guy who made the level, and I was just like, I didn't even look at the panel.
No.
Oops. I've done that a couple times now. I probably should get better at that.
But
At the very least, this boss is pretty easy from what I recall.
at this point, I think I probably know 90% of the stuff in that game, because I've played it so many times.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, everybody's just like, oh man, I've played Pac-Man a billion times. I'm just like, Skyrim. Skyrim. Skyrim.
Come on, come back this way, rejected Terraria boss.
Yeah. Could you imagine that being a wall creeper boss?
Oh,
a
that would be
walker.
awful. Especially if you actually had to fight it within a spider den.
Oh,
Ugh.
dude, I hate. Well, it wouldn't be so bad if it was like near Skeletron or
Castle of the
near,
Dead by Israel, by the way.
Huh?
Castle of the Dead by Israel is the name of that level.
This one's by Israeli too. Oh, wait.
Alright, now we're on to Gallery 6, Romanticism.
So, I have a question.